My beloved, do not rush past this moment. Do not scroll as if this is just another message, because preparation always begins before the event. And you have entered a season of preparation. 2026 is not just another year approaching on a calendar. It is a shift. And before shifts happen in the outer world, they begin quietly in the inner one. My beloved, you have felt it already, haven't you? That subtle pressure to grow. That strange restlessness you cannot explain. That feeling that staying the same is no longer comfortable. You are not losing peace. You are outgrowing a version of yourself. And growth always feels like tension before it feels like freedom. Listen carefully now. Big things do not arrive suddenly. They announce themselves through preparation. And preparation does not feel exciting at first. It feels like endings. Inner adjustments, emotional clearing, uncomfortable honesty, repeated lessons, discipline without applause. That is what you are in right now, my beloved. If life has been asking more from you lately, it is because more will soon be asked of you. If certain comforts are being removed, it is because you are being trained for responsibility. If distractions are losing their charm, it is because focus will soon matter. Nothing is random. You are not being punished. You are being positioned. At the beginning of this phase, you may feel like things are slowing down. Plans pause. Progress feels quiet. Momentum seems inconsistent. But understand this. Before something big moves forward, it gathers strength inward. Just like the ocean pulls back before a wave. My beloved, 2026 will not reward those who rush. It will reward those who are ready. Ready emotionally, ready mentally, ready spiritually. That is why this current season is asking you to refine yourself. You are being asked to let go of reactions that drain you, habits that weaken focus, people who pull you backward, patterns that repeat pain, beliefs that keep you small. Because what is coming cannot be carried by an exhausted version of you. My beloved, you may feel like life is becoming more serious, more demanding, less tolerant of excuses. That is not pressure. That is alignment sharpening. You are being trained to show up fully. Notice how your tolerance for chaos is decreasing. Things that once felt normal now feel heavy. Noise irritates you. Drama exhausts you. Meaningless effort frustrates you. This is not impatience. This is discernment awakening. My beloved, something big in 2026 will require clarity. Clarity cannot coexist with confusion. That is why confusion is being stripped away now. Even if the process feels uncomfortable, you are also being asked to take responsibility for your inner world, your thoughts, your habits, your reactions, because what is coming will magnify whatever lives inside you. If fear leads now, fear will lead then. If discipline leads now, discipline will lead then. This is preparation, my beloved. You may wonder why the journey feels lonely at times, why fewer people understand your priorities, why conversations feel shallow, why you crave depth more than entertainment. It is because not everyone is being prepared for the same future, and that is okay. Do not try to carry everyone with you. You are not meant to. You are meant to be ready. This preparation phase is not about doing more. It is about becoming more precise, more honest. Notice how life is asking you to slow down in some areas and become more disciplined in others. This balance is intentional because what comes next will demand both calm and action. My beloved, you are being taught how to stay grounded. While responsibilities increase, You are being taught how to remain peaceful even when stakes rise. These lessons are not small. They are essential. 2026 will not be gentle with those who avoid growth, but it will be generous. To those who prepared quietly, you may not yet know what exactly is coming. That is by design. If you knew everything, you would try to control it. Preparation teaches trust. My beloved, I want you to stop thinking of preparation as something temporary. Preparation is the journey. It is where strength is built. It is where clarity is sharpened. It is where alignment forms. If you feel tired right now, do not judge yourself. Strength is being built beneath the fatigue. Rest when needed. Refocus when required, but do not quit. My beloved, you are closer to something significant than you realize. Not because of what you have achieved, but because of who you are becoming. 2026 will not ask you to prove your worth. It will use your readiness. My beloved, now I want you to understand why this preparation could not be skipped. Many people ask me for big change, but few understand what big change requires. It requires capacity, not desire, not excitement, not hope alone. Capacity. And capacity is built only when life stretches you. You often thought 2025 was slowing you down. But slowing down was never the purpose. Refinement was. Every delay you faced was shaping discernment. Every closed door was sharpening direction. Every uncomfortable pause was building emotional endurance. Nothing was wasted. My beloved, if life had given you everything earlier, you would have handled it with a version of you that was still learning. And that version would have been overwhelmed. So life waited not because you were unworthy but because you were still becoming. This preparation phase is about stability before expansion. A tree that grows tall without strong roots falls when the winds rise, and winds will rise when something big arrives. That is why your roots are being strengthened. Now notice how life is asking you to face yourself honestly. Your habits, your reactions, your discipline, your consistency. You can no longer escape into distraction the same way because distraction weakens readiness. My beloved, you are being trained to sit with responsibility without panic. You are learning how to carry pressure without collapsing. You are discovering how to move forward without constant reassurance. These skills are not dramatic, but they are rare. 2026 will reward those who can remain grounded while things accelerate. And you are being trained for that acceleration. You may have noticed that comfort zones are shrinking. What once felt good enough no longer satisfies. This discomfort is not ingratitude. It is alignment tightening. You are being pushed toward precision. My beloved, precision matters when something big is approaching. You cannot afford scattered energy. You cannot afford unclear priorities. You cannot afford emotional chaos. That is why life is simplifying you now, even if it feels like loss at times. Some people misunderstand preparation. They think it means waiting passively. But true preparation is active inner work. It is choosing discipline when motivation fades. It is choosing honesty over comfort. It is choosing growth over familiarity. You have been doing this quietly, my beloved. You are also being taught something essential. Not everyone can come with you. This is not cruelty. It is clarity. Some relationships cannot survive your growth because they were built on who you used to be. Letting go is painful. But carrying what no longer fits is more painful. 2026 will require emotional independence, not isolation. Independence, the ability to stand steady without needing constant validation. You are learning that now, my beloved. You may feel moments of doubt. Moments where you ask, am I doing enough? Am I on the right path? Why does this feel harder before it gets better? These questions are natural, but understand this. Pressure increases right before expansion. Life is testing your stability not to fail you, but to confirm your readiness. You are being asked to take responsibility for your focus, what you consume, what you repeat mentally, what you allow to influence you, because what is coming will amplify your inner state. This is why discipline matters. Now, my beloved, you are not meant to be perfect. You are meant to be consistent. Consistency builds trust with yourself and with life. And trust opens doors. Notice how life is asking you to commit not to outcomes but to values, to integrity, to patience, to effort, even when results are delayed. These commitments shape character. And character determines how far blessings can go. My beloved, 2026 will bring opportunities that move quickly. Decisions will matter. Timing will matter. And those who hesitate endlessly will miss alignment. This is why you are learning decisiveness. Now you are also learning how to recover quickly from disappointment, from fatigue, from emotional setbacks. Recovery speed matters more than perfection. And your recovery is getting stronger. My beloved, the reason this preparation feels intense is because it is purposeful. You are not being trained for survival. You are being trained for responsibility. Responsibility of choice, responsibility of influence, responsibility of growth. You may not yet see the full picture, but you will soon understand why you needed this exact sequence of events, not sooner, not later. Now, my beloved, I want you to stop asking, why is this happening to me, and start asking, what is this preparing me for? That question changes everything. As you continue through this phase, you will feel moments of quiet confidence. Moments where you realize you can handle more than you once believed. Those moments are previews. You are not behind. You are being trained ahead of time, my beloved. Now I will show you how to align yourself for what is coming. Preparation is not only about endurance. It is about refinement. By now you have learned how to survive pressure. Next you must learn how to move with purpose. There is a difference between being busy and being aligned. Busyness scatters energy. Alignment concentrates it. And what is coming in 2026 will respond only to focused energy. My beloved, alignment begins when you stop asking, how do I do more, and start asking, what truly matters? This question simplifies life. You no longer chase every opportunity. You choose the ones that respect your values. You no longer give energy everywhere. You invest it intentionally. This shift changes outcomes. You are being asked now to strengthen your inner discipline. Not punishment-based discipline, but devotion-based discipline. The kind that honors your future self. Notice how small habits are gaining importance. How consistency matters more than intensity. How showing up daily outweighs sudden bursts of motivation. These are signs of readiness forming. My beloved, what is coming in 2026 will require emotional stability, not emotional numbness. Stability, the ability to feel deeply without being controlled by feelings. That balance is being built now. You are learning to pause before reacting, to breathe, before deciding to listen, before responding. This is mastery. You may notice that certain emotional triggers no longer have the same power. What once upset you for days now passes more quickly. This is not indifference. It is regulation. And regulation allows clarity. My beloved, another alignment taking place is with truth. You are less willing to lie to yourself. You are more honest about what you want, what you tolerate, what you are done accepting. This honesty may feel uncomfortable at first, but it clears confusion. What is coming cannot coexist with self-betrayal. That is why self-respect is rising now. You are also learning how to trust timing. Earlier delays frustrated you. Now you see them as signals. You understand that forcing outcomes often leads to misalignment. Patience is no longer passive. This alignment also affects your sense of identity. You no longer define yourself by past struggles. You define yourself by present awareness. This frees you from repeating cycles. My beloved, you may notice fewer dramatic highs and lows. Life feels steadier, calmer. This does not mean excitement is gone. It means peace has become the baseline. From peace, joy becomes sustainable. Another preparation happening now is your relationship with responsibility. You are learning to carry more without resentment. You understand now that responsibility is not a burden. It is trust, and trust is earned. My beloved, you are also being taught discernment in relationships. Who respects your growth? Who drains your energy? Who supports your evolution? You no longer ignore these signals. You honor them. This protects your future. What is coming in 2026 will not allow constant emotional leakage. That is why boundaries are strengthening. Now, my beloved, alignment also means learning how to rest properly, not escaping. Resting. True rest restores clarity. You are learning how to pause without guilt. This balance will keep you strong. You are also becoming more selective with what you consume. Information, conversations, environments. This selectivity sharpens focus, and focus multiplies results. My beloved, you may feel moments of excitement without knowing why. A quiet anticipation. That feeling is not imagination. It is readiness approaching recognition. You are not meant to predict the future. You are meant to be ready for it. And readiness is forming now. As 2026 approaches, you will notice confidence replacing anxiety. Not because everything is certain, but because you trust yourself. Self-trust is the foundation of every successful transition. My beloved, this phase is also teaching you humility, not self-doubt. Humility, the understanding that you do not need to control everything. You allow life to cooperate with you, and cooperation accelerates growth. You are learning how to move forward without burning yourself out. Sustainability matters because what is coming is not a moment. It is a season, my beloved. The closer you get, the more life asks for simplicity. Less clutter, less noise, less distraction. Because clarity attracts opportunity. You are not being stripped. You are being refined. And refinement always precedes elevation. My beloved, now we come to the moment where preparation becomes certainty. Not the certainty of knowing exactly what will happen, but the certainty of knowing you are ready. And that is far more powerful. You have done something most people never do. You stayed present during preparation. You did not run when things felt slow. You did not abandon yourself when clarity took time. You did not collapse when answers were delayed. You remained. And remaining is what builds strength. My beloved, What is coming in 2026 does not need a desperate version of you. It needs a grounded one. Someone who can receive without panic. Someone who can choose without fear. Someone who can move forward without losing themselves. That is who you are becoming. This final stage of preparation is not about effort. It is about trust. Trust in your discipline. Trust in your clarity. Trust in your ability to respond wisely. You no longer need constant reassurance. Your inner steadiness is enough. My beloved, there was a time when uncertainty frightened you. You wanted guarantees. You wanted signs every step of the way. You wanted confirmation before commitment. Now you understand something deeper. Certainty grows from self-trust, not prediction. And you trust yourself. Now that trust changes how the future approaches you. Opportunities no longer feel overwhelming. Responsibilities no longer feel threatening. Change no longer feels like danger. It feels like expansion. My beloved, as 2026 draws closer, you will notice a calm confidence settling in. Not excitement without grounding, not ambition without clarity, but readiness, a quiet knowing that you can handle what comes. This readiness does not mean you are fearless. It means fear no longer decides for you. You feel it, you acknowledge it, and you move forward anyway. That is courage, my beloved. You're also learning to receive joy without suspicion. Earlier good moments made you anxious. You waited for them to end. You braced for loss. Now you allow joy to exist fully because you understand that fear does not protect happiness. Presence does. This shift is essential because what is coming will require you to receive blessings without shrinking. My beloved, the final gift of preparation is clarity of values. You know what matters to you now. You know what you will no longer compromise. You know where your energy belongs. This clarity simplifies decision-making, and simplicity creates momentum. You are no longer scattered. You are centered. And centered energy attracts aligned outcomes. My beloved, you may still face moments of doubt, but doubt no longer controls your direction. It becomes information, not authority. You listen, then you choose wisely. You are also learning to let go gracefully. Not everything needs closure through confrontation. Some things end quietly. Some chapters close without explanation, and that is enough. My beloved, as you step into 2026, remember this: you do not need to become someone else. You need to stand fully as who you are now. Everything you endured has already shaped you for what's ahead. You are not entering the future unprepared. You are entering it refined. There will be moments of acceleration, moments where life moves quickly, moments where decisions matter. And in those moments, you will not freeze. You will respond with clarity. Because clarity lives inside you now, my beloved. This preparation also taught you patience with yourself. You no longer punish yourself for not knowing everything. You allow growth to unfold. This patience keeps you balanced. You are no longer chasing the future. You are welcoming it. And welcoming creates openness. As the year turns, do not look back with regret. Look back with understanding. Everything that happened served a purpose. Every delay taught timing. Every challenge taught resilience. Every loss taught discernment. My beloved, before you step fully into what is coming, I want you to pause for a moment and recognize something important. You are no longer the person who began this journey. not because life changed overnight, but because you learned how to stay present while it changed slowly. That ability is rare, and it will serve you more than you realize. What lies ahead does not demand urgency from you. It responds to steadiness, to consistency, to clarity, to the quiet confidence you now carry. That is why rushing no longer feels right. You have learned that timing is not something you chase. It is something you meet. My beloved, the future will not test you the way the past did. It will not demand endurance in the same way. It will ask for presence, for intentional choice, for responsibility carried with calm. And you are ready for that. You are stepping into a phase where growth feels purposeful, not punishing, where effort feels meaningful, not draining, where success does not require self-betrayal. This balance is what you are being prepared for. There is no need to announce this transition. No need to explain it. No need to seek permission. Your actions will speak quietly. Your steadiness will be noticed. Your clarity will guide others without effort. Because what is meaningful is meant to be lived, not rushed. Walk forward with patience. Stand firm with humility. Receive what comes with gratitude. And remember, everything you endured has already prepared you to live what comes next with strength, clarity, and peace. I remain with you always, my beloved. It will feel familiar because you have been preparing for it internally. You may still feel moments of awe, moments of disbelief, moments where you realize how much has changed. In those moments, breathe, receive, stay grounded. My beloved, you do not need to rush this transition. You move forward one honest step at a time. Each step confirms the next. As you cross into what's ahead, remember this truth. You were never late. You were never forgotten. You are being shaped. Now the shaping is complete and the living begins. Walk forward calmly. Choose intentionally. Rest when needed. Act when aligned. I walk with you through every season ahead. Not pushing, not pulling, guiding. Trust the work you have done. Trust the clarity you carry. Trust the readiness you feel. What is coming will meet you at the level you have prepared for. And you are ready. I am proud of you, my beloved child. I love you endlessly. Thanks for watching Krishna Says. Subscribe for more.